back and
I was expecting you to say this thing. You're already saying something.
But once I say weather, you jump to weather segment. Our various segments, that is from news to weather reports, entertainment, and lots more. Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome to the Daybreak Nigeria show on television Nigerian. I am yours sincerely, Priscilla Eworm. But hey, I am not in the studio alone. I have two lovely ladies with me. On my right is
Blessing Akpara Ikpe, good morning.
And on my left is
Sandra Goana, good morning.
all right. We have our major concerns for the day, and we'll be letting you know what they are. For me, I have a major problem when it comes to the transportation system in Abuja. You see, commercial vehicles usually are identified with a particular color, yellow, green, white, whatever it is. But in this place, I've discovered that the case is not that way. You go to the bus stop to stop a commercial vehicle, you can't. All vehicles are all the same, no color. I don't know why it's that way. You know, should the Minister of
It's because
Transportation be held responsible for this?
It's because you don't pay attention to the Abuja kind of movement. You know,
Really?
in Abuja we have the colors are green,
Green and white,
or green
and
you know,
black.
I always prefer it that sometimes when you are waiting for painted vehicles to come your way before you board to where you are going to, it's always very difficult. This commercial vehicles sometimes we find it very difficult to get, but the private ones, once you are passing and let's say you are stranded, sometimes they might just give you a lift. Sometimes
But
they
the
will just
issue is
you know
how
they
do
always
you know,
use that. They always use that to save themselves.
How do you differentiate a commercial vehicle from a private vehicle?
You know, she said it already because you've not taken note of the color. You know, before now, there used to be buses on the road. You see black, and you just know that's a commercial vehicle. You know, but that has really reduced. And then you notice that private car owners are now taxi drivers.
Of course,
it's not
they use
like
that
that's
to
what
fuel
they do
their
now.
cars.
They use that for most of them. They say, I need to top up my fuel on my way to work by picking this. Now, they are even aiding easy movement for transportation. So for me, I feel...
For me, I'm very comfortable with that.
It's nothing to worry about. Do I understand her concerns, though? I do understand her concerns.
All right. Do you have any concern?
Of course, I do have concerns.
All right.
My concern is the fact that this traffic locked areas. You know, I was coming to work this morning and I was wondering how people can get to the office with this kind of traffic, and considering the fact that I left quite early. Now imagine people that are coming at about 8 o'clock in the morning, how stuck they are going to be on the road. And then I think the federal government needs to do something on that particular road, because it takes you 2 hours to get to the office.
Imagine.
Is totally out of it, and you see people struggling to get vehicles. Back to the transportation thing you just mentioned, people are struggling to get different kind of vehicles. You don't even know which is which. You know,
you just have to differentiate a commercial
vehicle. Sometimes my friend will
but because you want to beat traffic.
My friend will ask me, why do you always enter vehicles that are not painted?
Okay.
Those ones that, you know, the painted one, the security, in case you lost something, they might just look for you. I say, whoa, you think so? Or you know so. But me, coming back to me, my concerns for the day today is about the reschedulement of this APC primary elections.
Okay.
And you know the thing, it has become worrisome for me, because every day you hear this, tomorrow you hear this. Initially we heard that they are going to shift their elections for 28 or so. It was for 27,
but now it's 6th.
Now it's 28.
Really? It has changed.
thing. So I don't know why our political system is becoming so unstable.
Don't you think that the electoral body should be held responsible? You know, they are the ones to regulate
is it
this.
really about the electoral body? All the people governing this party, the body, because I feel that if your plans are underway, you shouldn't have anything to truncate that plan already that is been already existing. So I don't think it's anything, but it's fine.
All right. Well, I just hope all this will be resolved. All right, we're moving on to the weather report. And in case you're just joining us, this is still Daybreak Nigeria show on television, Nigerian TVN. You see, these days the weather have been so unpredictable, and all of a sudden we experience a heavy downpour, and then later everywhere is sunny. You want to know what the weather looks like? Just stay tuned. We'll take a look at that.
Welcome to the Weather Center. I am Blessing Akbara Ikba, and here are some outlook for Tuesday, the 25th of September. There are high chances of scattered rainfall and thunderstorm activities over most parts of the country, with prospect of rains over the central cities like Lafia, during hours. The remaining parts of the central state will experience cloudy mornings with prospect of scattered thunderstorms later in the day, with day temperatures of 26 to 33 degrees Celsius and nighttime temperatures of between 15 to 23 degrees Celsius respectively. The northern extreme cities will experience partly cloudy to cloudy conditions in the morning hours, with prospect of scattered thunderstorm over the northeast and Duce in the afternoon, with day and night temperatures of 34 to 36 and 21 to 24 degrees Celsius respectively. Southern Nigerian cities will experience rains over Enugu, Ibadan, Ogoja, Port Harcourt, Uyo, Eket and Yenagoa, with cloudy conditions over the remaining parts during the morning hours. These conditions are likely to persist later in the day, with chances of thunderstorm over most places on the islands, while rains will prevail over the coastal axis. Day and night temperature values are expected to be in the range of 28 to 32 and 20 to 23 degrees Celsius. Nighttime temperatures over the southern region. Here's a graphical representation of weather and temperature distributions in select cities across Nigeria. Thanks for watching.
Welcome back. Blessing, that was a wonderful one. I'm sure this our weather these days that is unpredictable. I don't understand how you manage to put all this together.
You did a great job.
You know, you can always be comfortable. I'm just a call away. Just call me. Blessing, what's happening with the weather today? And I'm going to give you all the detail you need to know. You can see that the rains are almost going, and you notice heavy downpour, and then the sun, it shows that the clouds are already clearing off with the rain. So we're going to be experiencing more of the sunny days than the heavy rain downpour.
But what still remains
at least when you get to hear this in the morning, you know what to do with your umbrellas.
Exactly. I was going there. Your umbrella, so you don't get drenched.
All right. Now, welcome to this segment, newspaper review, where we get to look look at stories making headlines on our national dailies. With me, I have a Daily Sun here. What do you have, Priscilla?
I have the Vanguard, and I also have Leadership.
Blessing?
I have the Punch and I have Sporting Life.
Of course, I know that you definitely you are going to pick that. On Daily Sun here, the story making headline on Daily Sun is Saraki, Atiku, Tamboa face PDP screening panel. Below that story, we see party to drop aspirant with alleged graft cases. Heads to court over Adeleke. PDP grandstanding over Oshun. That is Lai Mohammed saying that. We'll see that story on page 10. Going below that story, we'll also see convention venue aspirant opposed to Rivers against Delta State. Wike urges Nigerians to work together to sack APC.
Wow.
Lagos advisory council to Ambode, you must test your popularity at primaries. That you'll find that story on page 11 of Daily Sun. And we see another story here, a catching story. The picture on the story, we see below it is a chairman, Fort Oil PLC, Femi Otedola, President Federation International, the Football Association. Mr. Gianni Afantinu, President Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote and President, Nigerian Football Association, Mr. Amaju Pinnick at the FIFA Award in London yesterday. Okay, these are the stories on our. And ahead of that story, we see Buhari orders payment of 22.28 billion to ex-Nigerian Airways workers. You'll find that story on page 27. What is the story for you? What is the story making this striking story for you on this Daily Sun?
For me, you know, I always like the safety of flying in the air and all of that. And if the president has ordered for the retirees for their monies to be paid, I mean,
that is a welcome
that's
idea.
a welcome idea. I still support that because I know how much impact they put in our staff as workers and everything during the time of the Nigerian Airways. I think that's a wonderful development.
Okay, what's the striking story
it's a
for you?
welcome idea too. I support her on that one. It's a really welcome idea, and for the president to be so concerned about our airways, it's really a good thing. I'm so proud of him for taking that.
For me, the
step.
catching story for me here is convention venue. It has become a worrisome thing. Aspirant opposed to Rivers against Delta State. Why? Why do they do that? If they want to choose a venue and they've decided that, why would they refuse that Rivers is not a best place for them to hold their convention?
The sort of thing they do, they understand what they do, and if they decided that if Rivers is still not okay for them to hold their convention, they can sort themselves out. I tell you this thing about this party convention thing. They know the right thing to do. You don't just keep making issues when you can easily sort this thing out. You know, so they should pick another place that it's okay for them to hold their convention, and it's settled. I'm sure they'll agree amongst themselves.
Okay, Priscilla, let's see.
All right, here I have the Vanguard newspaper, and the story making the headlines. This says PDP controversy trails convention as NWC boots disagree on venue. Okay, above the masthead I have anti-corruption war can't succeed under culture of impunity. CJN. You can find that in the page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, by the side, the same caption I have: FG recalls Paris Club refund to 5 states. That is in the page 10 of the same Vanguard newspaper. For more details, get a copy. Okay, another one says minimum wage, stockpile, foodstuff. Labor tells Nigerians as strike begins on Thursday. That's in page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, we have a picture here And below the picture it says, President Muhammadu Buhari and wife Hajia Aisha Buhari arriving to participate in the 73rd section of the United Nations General Assembly, New York, United States of America, Sunday night. Okay. Below I have a caption here that says, FG to revoke licenses of oil firms over gas flaring. That's in page 9. You want to know more about this? Get a copy of the Vanguard newspaper. Over to you, Blessing.
Well, for me, I have one story that is so catching there. FG recalls Paris Club reform to 5 stars. I don't know, but then for the fact that he has ordered, you know, order coming from our governor, then of course
how much is it going to pay? Is it going to pay for all the months?
According to what I heard, that he's going to pay 80% of the money, of course.
Okay. Lafia just recently, I mean, we really need to talk to the oil firms to see how we can reduce this frequent glass.
But how can they reduce that? How can they reduce that?
It is what they are even trying. They are saying that it can be stopped, and that's why the federal government wants to revoke their license.
Okay, for me, I have one capturing one interesting one. It says, APC expels House of Reps Deputy Chief Whip Irease. That's in page 12. I'm so impressed at the way our legislatures are handling, you know, activities in the House. You see, they make sure that anyone who doesn't have the right attitude to work is being discharged of his duty or her duty. I think it's a welcome development, you know.
But do you really contain that to the fact that maybe it's the attitude to work, or there's more to it?
Yes, no one can be. Yeah, exactly. No one can be discharged of his duty when there is no character that is unbecoming of such person. So, all right, let's move on. What do you have to say?
I have the Punch this morning, and the story making, it seems Osun governorship rerun is everywhere on the national daily. Anti-Buhari coalition accuses INEC of releasing PVCs to government officials. Under this story, you see present concrete proofs. Commission tells coup. And will challenge electoral body's decision in court as PDP. And then above that story, you see Oshibanjo in Kogi as flood kills 108, displaces 141,669 people. You find that story on page 8. Your SANRAN can be withdrawn. CJN wants lawyers. You find that story on page 12. You also see Benue farmers lose 25 billion naira to herdsmen attacks. You find a story on page 12. An oil price hits $81 higher since 2014. That story is on page 29 of the Punch. Then we have a picture story here which says Osun Gulf Pool. Victims of violence on Monday. I thought that was a peaceful election, but seeing victims when you also is a picture story, so we can also find that story inside. Then convention, PDP leaders fight over venue. You find that story on page 10. Benue super boss jailed 12 years for embezzlement. That story again, you find it on page 10. 324,000 jostled for 4,000 FRSC jobs. You find that on page 9 on the Punch newspaper. And on the back page, you see Ade Osun, a naive victim of a WAP system. Wow, that's a must read. And you need to get a copy to go through that. You know, so what do you feel it's
because Adeleke is still on Osun. Adeleke, the PDP have decided that they want to use the legal means in order to get their votes. That do you think parties INEC are partisans? Because I don't understand when these people are insisting that they want that they should give them their votes.
For me, I don't think so. I think INEC are being, in fairness, because most of the local governments that election was not conducted are supposed to have a rerun, and the PDPs are saying it is not supposed to be so because Adeleke had won and he should be declared winner. But INEC is saying no, according to this bill and this amended, and all of that.
INEC are using their electoral bill, while
PDP are
constitutional
1999
constitution. So we don't even know where to stand right now.
All right, beautiful. For me, I have the Benue farmers lose 25 billion to herdsmen attack. I keep wondering, this herdsmen, they've been so worrisome to this nation as a whole. I don't know what exactly they want. First of all, we had the Boko Haram issue. Now we have the herdsmen attack.
That will be story for another day because we don't even know how to comment on that. Sure. Okay, let's go to the next papers. Now I have Daily Trust with me. The striking story on Daily Trust right now is on 2019 convention venue tears PDP organs apart. Ahead of that story, we see federal government releases 43 billion to the Fourth Airways Workers Universities. You find that story on page 3 of Daily Trust. Going down, we see a news caption, is a picture caption here. FRSC screens 3,000 applicants for 4,000 jobs. Oh, below that story we have I have no regret kidnapping APC chairman's son suspect. You'll find that story on page 34 of the Daily Trust. And CJN pledges unbiased judiciary ahead 2019 polls. You find that story on page 3 as well. Sky, don't spare others. Sick banks, experts tell CBN. Okay, let's look at behind the story. On our back page, we see Tigers vow to avenge Eagles World Cup loss against Argentina. You'll find that story on page 47 of Daily Trust. So, which story is striking for you?
For me, this particular story on page 34. I have no regrets kidnapping APC chairman's son. You see, people have failed to realize that kidnapping, it's a crime in this nation. But they keep doing it, adopting I
think they make a lot of money from kidnapping, you know. When you kidnap someone, by the time they pay...
By the time you mention that ransom,
the ransom, you know.
Wherever it is, they don't care where you get it.
They don't know.
Corruption has eaten so much deeply into the fabrics of this society. And I think the strong hand of the law would meet up with these people. That is, if those who are in charge of making all these laws a reality, you know, if they stand up and take the bull by the horn, I think all this would come to an end.
For me, it's FRSC screens 300,000 applicants for 4,000 jobs. You know, that's for 4,000 jobs. That's a whole lot. Well, I can only imagine different units and different people from every walks of life that have come far and wide, you know, for this screening and all of that. I saw them this morning when I was coming, and I'm like, oh, I'm impressed, because if for 4,000 jobs and 300 people, a whole lot has been taken up from the unemployment, you know.
Yes.
So it's very interesting.
It's
for me now, I just hope that CGN are just they are doing whatever they say in the papers. That's what they are going to work with, because they say they are not going to be unbiased during judiciary 2019 polls. I just hope that they will stand by what they've said so far.
All right.
So let's hear what's the leadership telling us.
The leadership, I have over the masthead, I have Mal Abubakar Ismaila Issa, CNA admin for Governor Katsina State. Okay, it's an advert. All right. Beside it, I have lawyers forged court judgment to get SAN rank. Wow, that's in page 5 of the Leadership newspaper. Oil price rises to $80 billion, 4-year high. Okay, I have a large picture here, and above the picture, a major caption. Nigeria Airways retires, gets 22 billion naira windfall. Okay, for more details, get the Leadership newspaper, and you find that in page 4. Quickly, let's go to sports. Move on, please.
Okay, wait. We didn't even talk about the striking thing. you don't want to say anything about striking story?
Oil price rise.
Okay.
So I can imagine. Is it before or that means it's before?
Okay.
So you can imagine how high the oil
So why
price
do they retire on Nigerian Airways now? Why do they retire on okay, they say they are going to pay
retirees. Yeah, they're going,
retirement.
yes.
Okay, all right. Let's
Moving on to sporting life stories making headlines this morning. Of course, Luka Modric crowns king of the best footballer of the year, the best FIFA men's player. That's incredible. I saw that coming during the World Cup. Oh, he did so well. And we have the best FIFA goalkeeper, Thibaut Courtois. That he's really doing well for his club side, and for him to also take the award for the best goalkeeper.
That's nice. I know that when you start talking about sports, we'll not
coming from
today.
the sports guru.
Okay,
and
we take a break.
Okay, fine.
We'll take a break now, and when we return, we'll bring you some entertainment updates. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Prince David Adetunji, known as I'm a lawyer and energy specialist. And I'm also running for the House of Representatives for Amak Buhari Federal Constituency under Young Progressive Party YPP. One of the fundamental reasons I choose to serve as the people representative is to seek ways to create job and employment for FCT indigents and residents. Nigeria has a very young population, educated, skillful, and hardworking. However, what is lacking is jobs and opportunities for these young people. No wonder they flock in their droves to developed countries in search of greener pasture. And the ones that are left behind are searching endlessly on the street for jobs that are not there. So here is what I'm going to do if voted in. I will put forward a job creation bill that will seek to create industrial zone within FCT. This industrial zone will have inbuilt infrastructures with already built-in infrastructures for would-be investors or job creators of minimum of 100 jobs. This bill will give tax incentives and other tax holidays to incentivize these job creators. We would set up cooperative community banks within the community that would give small startup loans for small businesses as non-securitized or collateralized at very small interest rate. So you see, election matters and your vote count. Please vote YPP, vote Prince David Adetunji Adeyeye for House of Reps come Saturday 16 February 2019. Thank you.
Young Progressive Party. Service to the people.
On Daybreak Nigeria, on television Nigerian. Up next is entertainment news, and Ginika is standing by with the news.
Thank you so much, guys. You're welcome to the entertainment segment of the Daybreak, and I am Ginika Tasiobi. Now, ever since the breakup of the P-Square, the Okoye brothers have told individual careers, and it seemed to be paying off as Peter Okoye received his first recognition as a solo artist. Now, the singer made this known on his Instagram page, and his post reads, "Yes, guys, we did it. We won. My very first award as a solo act. You guys made this happen. International Achievement Recognition Awards, slow and steady, but surely God is great. Congratulations, Mr. P, and we wish you the best." Now, away from doubt, it appears that Omawumi is the latest victim of the Nigerian police brutality, as she has come out to say that she was almost hurt by them. She had series of posts about this incident on Twitter, but I'll just take this one, and it reads, I'm a proud Nigerian that louds the effort of the NPF, Nigerian Police Force, but today I was a victim of uniformed officers that abused their office. This is really getting out of hand. I think that the IG really needs to look into this issue. Now, away from that, barely 3 months after the date of the veteran reggae icon Raskimono, and 1 month after his burial, his wife Efemena Okedi has passed on too. Now, this is really shocking and sad. Our correspondent Enel Noja is on the street of the FCT to bring to you the pulse of the people about this very sad love story. Over to you, Enel.
Thank you, Ginika. 3 months ago, we lost a legend, a reggae icon, Raskimono, and now his wife just died. I think there's something fishy. Well, I don't know, but let's hear what people have to say about it.
That's actually the end of a generation of reggae in Nigeria. Moreover, it's quite unfortunate that we lost Raskimono. To talk about the demise of his wife, man, it's unexpected. It's very bad, it's very bad. May God have their soul in Jesus' name. Wow. We know how close they used to be when they were alive. For the wife to have passed away, well, that's the will of God. Maybe heartbreak that she has lost her dear husband, that she may not bear it.
And say, what I just know is that ahead of his death, and then his soul should rest in peace. Because there are things that we don't understand. It could just be that it's natural, it's time. For you to come and be delving into things unseen, I think it's not right.
No. Nothing is fishy. Nothing is wrong. Actually, it happens. It's just because we are ignorant. First of all, one should ask, what is the woman's state of health before the husband's death? And of course, a healthy person who actually loves his wife or her husband could, develop problem, a kind of a heart attack because of the loss of a loved one. So anything that can come just for a very unexpected reason.
It's tragic. But talking about the fact about him dying last 3 months and his wife also, yeah, I think you know I don't believe in voodoo. I don't believe in black magic. But right now I think it's a voodoo. I have to be honest with you.
And now we've heard of what people have to say. Some people believe it's natural, some people believe it's witchcraft. And you've heard what people said already. So I'm going to hand over to Ginika in the studio. My name is Ene Onoja.
Thank you so much, Ene, and may their souls rest in perfect love and peace. And finally, in our package today is the bride price pool of controversy stirred by our very own Nigerian author Chimamanda Adichie, who has called the culture of accepting bride price from suitors disgusting and barbaric. She thinks it should be wiped out of our culture. What do you think about it? Stephanie Akko is standing by to give us the people's opinion on this issue.
I'm on the streets of Abuja, Wuse Market. Let's hear what people have to say about that.
Some men that will complain that they don't have money. So there should be a fixed price for bride price.
Bride price need to be continued. Because so many people, if you don't pay their bride price, it will lose as if you are not serious with the marriage. And the man will take you on granted. That is why marriage, they need to pay bride price on marriage.
From my own side, it's very cheap, but as Igbo culture, for us, it's very, very expensive. Like me, I never marry. As you say, the price is cheaper. Well, if you afford that, but now I don't marry. I've not married now.
explanation.
We can't scrape up a bride price because we didn't start it. It started from the Bible. It's an ancient things. We can't remove culture. We can't remove our tradition. We can't say that what God himself did not say no to, we people will say no to it.
They don't pay bride price. The person who train the pikin. It should not be scrapped out. Bride price is the main thing. All this one we call wedding is just a secondary something. Primary issue is pay the bride price of the woman and you are married.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. That's the much I have. Now, in 10, over to you. You already paid bride price, and if you were given a second opportunity, would you still pay?
Thank you, Guinea Cow, but Mr. Anton is not in the studio right now, but I'm sure he will tell you again and again that he will pay that bride price, even if they ask him to pay double. Okay, right now, let's go to sports. Blessing, you tell us what is happening in the sport on the sport deck, because I know that when it comes to sports, you always got
I don't understand.
For real.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Well, and welcome back. And over to sport, Mr. Emmanuel is standing by on the sport deck to give us the latest updates happening in the sports field.
Well,
Mr. Emmanuel.
Good morning, ladies. I understand Sandra's position. You know, ladies usually don't have this time for sports and all that.
And she does.
I'm surprised that Blessing actually does. She does. It's interesting. Let me tell you something. There's this normal admiration we have for women that are interested in sport. Generally, when we see, because normally people think sports is a men thing, you know. And when a woman becomes interested in sport, I think your husband must be a very happy man.
You know, when they are talking about sport, wherever I am, I will just tell somebody, I have somebody, let me call her. She would exactly tell me this
the remote control thing. When the wife wants to watch Telemundo, the wife wants to watch football and stuff.
All right,
well,
give it a blessing.
Quite interesting times in the world of football. If you know, yesterday it was the FIFA Football Men's Award. It was quite interesting. Yesterday, the jinx that Lionel Messi and Ronaldo set in the world of football was broken.
Wow.
For 10 years now, these guys have dominated the world of football, and it has been them. It has been one football award from them after that. But yesterday we had something differently.
Wow, that's nice.
Look at Modric of Croatia was crowned the FIFA Footballer of the Year in a ceremony in London. It was awesome, and also, you know, he was part of the Croatian team that played the World Cup, and you know, they came second in the World Cup. Exactly. And it's quite interesting to see that even Messi couldn't even make it to the list this time around. It shows that football is actually growing, because people became bored at the time. That
it's always Messi.
It's always Messi. It's not Messi. It's Ronaldo. It's not Messi. It's Ronaldo. But this time around, we saw a Modric come on, and then he clinched the title. And then the other awards also, you know, like you also know, there were the awards given to the best female footballer of the year, which went to a Brazilian in the name of Marta. And then we had the best coach. You know, France won the World Cup, so their coach was awarded the best coach of the year, which makes it quite interesting. And also, one thing people don't understand is that this award is different from the Ballon d'Or award. There are two different awards in one. But like I told you, it was an interesting event, and for once, Messi and Ronaldo are out of the world stage. We have Modric. And you know, the Snaps, if you know, France did very well in the World Cup. They played their best, and you can't take it away from that coach. He was a good coach. He stood out, and then we have this Couture, a Belgian keeper, coming out as the best keeper. It is quite an interesting times. I don't know. And then our own African Mohamed Salah, although he couldn't make it, but he came. I think he was on the list for a long time now. We've not seen an African come up to make the list of one of the best players in the world, but he came up, and we saw a Modric The contest was keenly contested. Actually, Modric came up with 29.05%, while Ronaldo with 19% and Salah 11.23%. You discover that it was actually keenly contested. And to all fairness to football lovers, if you know football, I mean, these three stood up in the World Cup and they really deserved where they are. We saw Ekuto coming up to win the best keeper of the year, which is also a good one. And I think for now, I mean, the stage is already open because a lot of people are beginning to think that these two have colonized the world football scene for so long. People like, how do I call them, the Brazilian Neymar came on stage, but he couldn't make it, though he was a good player. We have the guy in Chelsea, what's his name again, also couldn't make it. But this time around, I know hopes will be rising that the stage is set. Ladies, I don't know what you think about the award. Messi, Ronaldo out for the first time in 10 years. I mean, from the world stage. How do you feel?
You know, there's this thing I always tell people, the only thing constant in life is change.
Change, yeah.
Now, after 10 years, it's like a decade, and that jinx was broken just yesterday. Luka Modric picked the title. So it shows, it goes to show that a lot of things are going to change by the day. You know, it can't be Messi, it can't always be Ronaldo. So
you always, the younger generation too, they have to grow now. It's just like in the case of Serena Williams and Osaka, yes, Osaka. You know, when she won, everybody was like, Serena was very angry. But you know, she has always been her mentor. So it was high time for her to give way so that somebody would take that title.
Yes, I must conclude here that probably
exactly.
This year 2019 is the year for freshers
right.
into the award scene.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much for the sports analysis.
Thank you
so
Emmanuel. And then I want to believe you still have more package on sport for us, so let's have the rest of the package on sports.
Thank you very much.
Touch that cable, touch that cable.
Time to talk.
He said that he has little significant input into the ongoing restructure of the Williams team operations, recently reviewed by Motos. Good morning and you're welcome to AM Sports on TVN. I am Idoko Emmanuel. Eimba of Oba will face Raja Casablanca of Morocco in the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup after the North Africans edged out Congo's Kara Brazzaville 3-1 on aggregate in the quarter-final on Sunday. Mouchon Lajo scored the winning goal in the 4th minute of the second leg tie in Casablanca as the hosts consolidated on a 2-1 first leg win to advance into the last four. Earlier, Eimba trounced Rwanda's Rayon Sports 5-1 in about to book a place in the semi-final. Stanley Dingba, Ikowen Udo, Sunday Adetunji, Joseph Osadiaye and Ishaka Oladuntoye got the goals for the People's Elephant. The first leg will take place at the Eimba International Stadium about on October 2nd, while the return fixture is fixed for October 23rd in Casablanca. England Under-20 World Cup winner Sheyi Ojo says he would consider playing for Nigeria at the senior international level if offered the opportunity by the West African country. The 21-year-old, who is on loan at French club Reims from Liverpool, is eligible to play for the Super Eagles because his parents are Nigerians. Under FIFA rules, Ojo can switch allegiances because he is yet to play for the English senior team. And despite having bagged 43 England caps from under-16 to under-21 level, Ojo is keen to fly with the Eagles. Nigeria have previously succeeded in snapping up former England youth internationals like Sonny Aluko, Victor Moses, Shola Amobi, Alex Iwobi and Ola Aina for the Super Eagles. The three-time African champions are also close to persuading Everton striker Ademola Lookman to play for them rather than England. Ojo, who joined Liverpool from MK Dons as a youth prospect in 2001, would love to join such an illustrious list. The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has named Democratic Republic of Congo's Jean-Jacques Ndala Ngambo as the center referee for Super Eagles 2019 African Cup of Nations Group E clash against Libya. The crucial encounter is billed for the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna on October 12th. Ngambo will be assisted by his compatriots Oliver Safari Kenebe and Nabina Blaise Sebutu, who will serve as assistant referees 1 and 2 respectively. It is the first time Ngambo will be officiating a match involving the Super Eagles. Meanwhile, CAF has also announced that Joshua Bondo of Botswana will be the man in the center for the return leg fixture against the Mediterranean Knights at a yet-to-be-named venue in Tunisia on October. Bando was in charge when the Super Eagles defeated Zambia 1-0 in a Russia 2018 World Cup qualifying fixture in Uyo last year. Libya sits on the top of the Group E with 4 points from 2 games, while Super Eagles occupy 3rd position with 3 points behind South Africa, who have 4 points. Seychelles are at the bottom without any points. Canadian racing driver Lance Stroll has finished in the top 10 in just 2 Grand Prix this season, scoring 6 points and made it through to Q3 only once. By this point last year, 14 races into the season, he has scored 28 points over the course of 5 top 10 finishes, including 1 podium and the chaotic Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Last season, Stroll was out-qualified by his veteran teammate Felipe Massa 17 times, whereas this year, the contest between Stroll and Sergei Sirotkin is much closer. In terms of pure race in dry qualifying conditions, Sirotkin has on average of 0.09 seconds faster and outclassed Stroll 7 times to 5, discounting penalties and races in which one or both drivers were unable to set a lap time. But such comparisons are rendered problematic by a well-documented underperformance by the troublesome FW41. Stroll continues to be the focus of speculation regarding the possible moves to Force India, which was recently acquired by a consortium of investors led by Stroll's father, Lawrence. While he declined to comment on such rumors, he said that he has little significant input into the ongoing restructure of the Williams team operations, recently reviewed by motorsports.com. That is AM Sports on TVN. Thanks for watching. I am Idoko Emmanuel.
Welcome to Living Treasures Academy. Enjoy a conducive and serene learning environment. Qualified and experienced teachers. Equipped computer laboratory and library. Secured atmosphere. Extracurricular activities. An all-embracing curriculum for total development of the child. Comprehensive education for leadership. Join us today from crèche to secondary levels. Living Treasures Academy, committed to excellence.
This is still Daybreak Nigeria show on television Nigeria, and I'm having a nice time here. It's a beautiful experience here. But up next is the major news, and Inten Ekpan is on standby for the major news. Inten, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, Priscilla, thank you, and good morning, ladies.
What's the news today?
Well, a lot has been going on in the news. Well, for today, we're talking about the decision of the APC to postpone its primaries once again, and then the People's Democratic Party, their indecision as to where to hold their convention. So those are the two issues that are very serious in the news. It's about the political season, and everything you talk about now in the political system, they must talk about APC and all of that, PDP, as we count on the 2019. All right, so let's get back to the news now. The 2018 Buyers Forum and Stakeholders Engagement, organized by the Gas Aggregation Company of Nigeria, held in Abuja on Monday to lock a battle with upstream oil companies over the issue of gas flaring. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ibe Kachuku, said the federal government will from 2019 commence the revocation of the license of oil companies that failed to stop gas flaring in their operations in the country. Kachuku further stated that the federal government was keen on ending gas flaring, but oil companies still gave a lot of reasons why gas flaring cannot be ended, stating that the bottom line is money and it is a compulsive, immediate agenda. The All Progressives Congress, the APC, has again rescheduled its presidential primary, which will hold on Friday, 28 September, as against the earlier announced date of Thursday, 27 September, making it the third time the party will announce a slight adjustment of its primary timetable. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Yekini Nabena, announced the new date on Monday, blaming it on the rescheduled Osun governorship rerun election fixed for Thursday, September 27 by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Nabena stated that the change was necessary in order to avoid a clash in dates with the Osun governorship rerun election and to enable all registered party members in all the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, participate in the exercise. There are indications that the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, is yet to agree on a venue for the party's presidential primary fixed for October 6, 2018, following a sharp disagreement between the leaders of the party on Monday in Abuja. The disagreement between the chairman of the Board of Trustees, BOT, Senator Walid Jibrin, and the National Working Committee, NWC, manifested at the inauguration of the party's National Convention Planning Committee over the choice of venue. Chairman of the Board of Trustees, BOT, Senator Walid Jibrin, in his address said the party is yet to make final decision on the choice of the venue for the convention, and the issue of venue is still on and is not concluded because there are many suggestions on the issue of the venue. Jibrin further explained that they are looking at all suggestions and assured everyone that the issue of venue will be resolved, but for now they are working round the clock to secure suitable venue accepted by everybody. And speaking alongside South Korean President Moon Jae-in in New York, US President Donald Trump says he expects a second summit with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un in the not-too-distant future, and a lot of progress was being made. South Korean President Moon Jae-in said the relationship is very good and in some ways extraordinary because just a year ago, the US and North Korea were publicly speaking of a nuclear confrontation, but Trump had historic first talks with Kim in June. At the UN headquarters in New York, Jae-in said the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo would arrange the next summit in the immediate future, and no decision had yet been taken as to the venue. However, the pair signed a document pledging to establish new relations, work towards complete denuclearization, and to build a lasting peace on the peninsula. And that's about the size of the bulletin this hour on Daybreak Nigeria. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, the ladies are standing by to call it a wrap on the show. Don't go away.
Welcome to Living Treasures Academy. Enjoy a conducive and serene learning environment. Qualified and experienced teachers. Equipped computer laboratory and library. Secured atmosphere. Extracurricular activities. An all-embracing curriculum for total development of the child. Comprehensive education for leadership. Join us today from crèche to secondary levels. Living Treasures Academy, committed to excellence. For almost a decade, the Nigerian army have given their all to ensure that our dear country is not overrun by Boko Haram insurgents. Some have in the process paid the ultimate price, while many will forever live with indelible scars occasioned by their determination to protect the country, no matter the hurdle. Despite these, they have remained resolute and undaunted, and today, all territories the insurgents once took control of have been recaptured and normalcy restored. And now, for the first time in a long time, the end of Boko Haram is foreseeable. Therefore, the wisest thing for the remaining insurgents to do is to surrender today or face total destruction from the army. Remember, the Nigerian army will stop at nothing to ensure that total peace is restored in all parts of the country. So, be wise and embrace peace today or get ready to be ruthlessly dealt with. This message is brought to you by the Coalition on Conflict Resolution and Human Rights in Nigeria.
Welcome back. This is Daybreak Nigeria on Television Nigerian. For more information, you can check us out on our social media handles. Our website is www.tvnnigerian. Facebook is on Television Nigeria, and YouTube is Television Nigeria.
Thank you, Sandra, for that information. Hope you had a wonderful time watching our breakfast show this morning. I had an awesome experience hanging out with you. Let's do this again tomorrow. And hey, stay tuned to Television Nigerian for the rest of our exciting programs. Je m'appelle Blessing Akbara Ikba.
From me, I'm Priscilla Iwurum. It's bye for now.
And from me, I'm Sandra Guanan. See you tomorrow morning.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.